Hello everyone, welcome back for more Let's Play Battletech. Still joining me, despite the egregiousness of having the small fries think they're big potatoes, is JKLantern.
We're in a nation with an overinflated sense of self-importance, everybody.
So now we have a mission. You've seen the cutscene that happens before this, where the person we're here to protect's uncle has apparently gone rogue and decides he wants to take over, and his commissioned mechs to rain down upon the city.
Another day in the life of the Inner Sphere.
Interface initiated.
So we happen to have the future ruler here with us in a mech. This is fine.
It's funny that she's like, oh, I'm going to miss this, when, like, half the leaders in the Inner Sphere lead from the front. Like, which is stupid, mind you. We lose more leaders that way, but it's just because, there's kind of that knight aesthetic with Battletech.
And buildings on smoke and fire here. A guard post, even. But the emergency band has been quiet.
Clearly the emergency band is what caught on fire.
Clearly.
This is damned odd, and I don't like it. Kid, keep your head on a swivel and be ready for anything.
Okay, so we have... Okay, CN9A... Okay, wait just a damn minute.
Problem with the Kintaro?
What is she doing in that?
She has a death wish?
That's not why I'm objecting.
I've got your back.
So it's not impossible that she would have that. It isn't. Let me flip to it here. Okay, it is the downgraded version of the Kintaro. Okay. The Kintaro is a very rare mech.
And considering she's next in line to be the leader of this little ball of dirt.
It's a rare mech.
How can I help?
Even in the Inner Sphere. It was a Starlink Defense Force mech. Which means it was produced for
Copy that.
Earth's armies. Which means a lot of those mechs are functionally extinct. There are downgraded ones floating around. But you're not likely to find many of them, especially not on this shithole of a planet.
Here, I won't let it derail your coronation. Your people need you.
Thank you, Raju. I will prove myself worthy of the faith you've placed in me.
The Kintaro is one of those mechs I frequently forget exists. I don't think it's a terrible mech, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, forgot about that one. The actual original Starlink version of it was known for having, I think it had endosteel, but the big thing it had was the Nork missile beacon, which is one of those odd pieces of tech that wasn't as good as it could have been. You hit something with a Nork beacon, and if your missiles are Nork compatible, which costs more money, but that's an entirely different discussion, they are more likely to hit your Narc target. The downgraded version swaps out the Narc missile beacon for, like, another SRM-6 or an LRM-5 or something, I don't remember which.
So you notice we are rendezvousing with the Royal Guard here.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is perfectly fine.
Roger that.
So you're gonna hear me describe mechs as being from a specific faction. The thing is, at this point in history, enough people have been fighting each other that you can justify almost anything being anywhere. Almost. For example, the Blackjack and the Centurion, you're most likely to find them in House Davian. But they're common enough, to the extent that any battle mech is common, that finding one or two anywhere else, no biggie.
So, Raju is not an idiot.
Yep.
He noticed that one of these guards has damaged armor, despite them saying the road is clear. We do not have idiots working for us, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Nice save.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and nobody would send you out for parade duty in that condition.
In the periphery, they might.
Fall back, Kamea. Get
Okay,
behind
so
him.
what are we fighting here?
You didn't train me to cower.
We
Roger.
have a
You
Panther.
trained me to fight.
Okay.
Actually, I need these.
Disengaged.
And a Shadowhawk.
Okay, the Panther is a light mech, and one of my favorites. It's a light mech done wrong. It's pretty slow for a light mech, but it also has a good, solid thing of armor, chunk of armor on it. It's armed with a PPC, which gives it range and punch, and then it also has an SRM-4 for when you get close. The Shadowhawk is a relatively common medium mech. You can find it almost anywhere. It's, what, 55 tons? It's kind of a generalist. Depending on the version, it has an AC-5, an LRM launcher, an SRM launcher, and a medium laser. It tends to have pretty thin skin. I'm more-
Let's see.
I'm more fond of the Panther than I am of the Shadowhawk. The Panther is found almost exclusively in the Draconis Combine, but it's not impossible that it would have wound up here. The Panther was originally made in Alshane weapons, which none of you care about, and towards the tail end of the Star League.
That's
So, like, once it
critical
started
hit,
getting
man.
made, things started falling apart for the universe, so House Karita basically went, mine!
But you see, I am taking the fire from the trees approach here.
Yep.
No one do that. His armor's just about gone.
You have my attention. I'm on my way.
Seriously, why? Of all
I'm
the...
on it.
It bothers me. It really bothers me.
Hostile unit down.
Like, the Kintaro is rare enough that when, in the future,
I've got your
when, Comstar gives a whole bunch of them to House Karita in exchange for some things during the War of 39, House Davian and House Steiner start shitting their collective pants because they're like, wait, where did they get those? They
punch
should.
right through his armor.
We have like 5 of those. How do they have 50 of them?
My damned armor.
Man, they
is
made the
busted.
Centurion a chunky boy in this one.
Well, it actually did some. It actually got some internal damage there, I think.
I just meant in terms of body shape.
Yeah, he came up and meleeed the Centurion, and the Centurion took some damage. Fortunately, I can't get right up on him. Maybe I can. Luckily, we have mostly a view of his back.
Ooh, that's gonna be a... Hang on, let me pull up the Shadowhawk's armor here real quick.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
It does not have a lot of rear armor. Has more than some others, still not a lot.
Neutralize the threat.
Not enough to take 2 back
That's one
attacks.
hostile.
Nope.
My mech.
So yeah, we've got someone that's in another fight somewhere else radioing us.
It's funny that she's focusing so much on birthright when that's less of a thing in the periphery, but still a thing.
And as far as she knows, this is actually a very trustworthy person. I believe he actually is.
Traitors in the guard. And I fear this is only the beginning.
So let's see,
Follow
where
me.
am I
Keep
supposed to
close
go?
and remember your training. Things are likely to get ugly between here and there.
Okay, our goal is all the way up here. So we need to take the side road here. So I don't even think we can get in there. But our poor Centurion took quite a bit of damage from that,
Aye, aye.
Okay, I'm gonna have to slow up for the Kintaro here.
Let it drop some heat a little bit. Yeah, alpha striking every turn in the tabletop game is a good way to get yourself killed really quickly.
Yep.
Like what? Especially because different weapons have different functional ranges.
Holding here.
Like frequently, what I tend to do is like, because the PPC is my favorite weapon in the tabletop. Like, just stay far away and take pot
Holding
shots with
prevent
those. Of course, you can't do that with a Kintaro because no PC, but you get what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I don't have a way to cool her off easily. I'm just gonna brace a few rounds and see if that does anything
Aye.
to.
Holding to bleed heat.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Because it's
'Cause I
not
best to let her
bleeding
cool down.
fast, I'll say that.
Let's see, how many heat sinks does the Kintaro have? That would be why. It only has the base 10 heat sinks. So it
Holding
can
prevent
clear
heat.
10 heat around, and... At least in the tabletop game. Don't know how it
Aye,
works
best to let her
here.
Cool down.
Flushing heat.
Please flush the heat.
Aye.
You're not
Holding
doing a
to
very
bleed
good
heat.
job of it. You're maintaining heat.
I only have 10 heat sinks! What do you want from me?
I don't know what this means.
Wait a minute. Are we on fire?
Might
could-
be, and I don't know how to put it out.
There shouldn't be a reason that we'd be on fire.
I'm listening. Cooling down.
Because,
Holding
like,
to vent heat.
unless, like, one of the mechs had Inferno
Aye,
SRMs
let her
or
cool
something,
down.
which
New?
they shouldn't.
The Kamea didn't even get hit.
Huh. What the hell, then?
The only one who got attacked was the Centurion.
Flushing heat. You have my attention.
Well, this is annoying.
I'd say move it out of the forest just to be safe. Like, maybe we're standing in a burning tree or something, but...
I'll make it happen.
Maybe that was it. Maybe there was... Yeah, it looks like whatever that did, it put out the fire.
Okay. That was weird.
So now let's brace a bit.
Holding to bleed heat.
Yeah, it's definitely gone down a bit now.
Holding here.
I don't know why. I don't see anything in this area that designates there's fire there.
Cooling down.
What are we fighting? House Liao?
Then again, we're not actually... Doesn't look like we're bleeding much heat, so...
I'm moving out.
The Kintaro would bleed it pretty slowly. We're still in the era of signal heat sinks, so everything bleeds heat relatively slowly. But
We
the Kintaro...
found enemies.
Oh, good.
Vehicles, it looks like.
Oh, I'll have to turn to that section of TRO 3039.
Orders.
Then again, does anybody really care about tanks? Somewhere a Battletech fan wants to kick me in the nuts for saying that. Because yes, tanks are a thing in this setting.
Yeah?
In the tabletop game, they had to nerf them repeatedly to keep mechs the kings of the battlefield. But tanks in general cannot go into all the places mechs can, and they're less durable, but they're also much cheaper. Especially the ones that use, like, internal combustion engine as opposed to fusion reactors, which, at this point in history, are few and far between.
So the striker here.
I don't know if that's a thing. Hang on. Oh yeah, striker light tank, what do you know?
Good job, kid. One fewer hostile on the board.
Enemy unit.
That has an SRM-6 and an LRM-10.
Yep. There's a scorpion.
Oh, the Scorpion. There's actually, like, a standard
Reading loud and
tabletop
clear.
mission involving that. The Scorpion's Nest. It has an AC-5 and a machine gun. The Scorpion's Nest is basically there to show you that vehicles can give you a bad day if there's enough of them. So for the Scorpion, I would get in close and probably wail on it with the Kintaro just because it's your one close...
Well, we gotta get there first, but...
Yeah.
Okay, I can't even see it. Now, the only thing I can hit it with are LRMs at this range.
Target confirmed.
Damage minimal.
Luckily, trees.
Trees are our friend.
Because I can't get up close to the, I can't get up close to the scorpion here.
Aye, aye. Damn you for making me do that, son. Damn you.
Galleon.
Okay, the Galleon... Pretty sure it's another light tank. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. I want to say it's like an AC-2 or something, but... To the table of contents.
I mean, it'll tell me in a second here.
Yeah.
Too small and the medium laser.
Oh, okay.
I'll do what you ask.
With a couple notable exceptions, the tanks aren't nearly as memorable to me as the mechs are, for pretty obvious reasons. If you run into something called the H-Wag or the Hetzer wheeled assault gun, don't get close to it. Just don't. Trust me.
Engaging.
It's dead.
Okay.
I'm able to get by on just the medium lasers for the most part.
The medium laser is the most efficient weapon in Battletech in terms of weight, damage, and heat ratios.
You've got my attention.
It's not a sexy weapon, but it's damned useful, especially if you got a lot of them.
Let's see.
Roger.
2 medium
Vehicle
lasers.
down.
Oh no. No, no.
Oh, this...
Too late.
It looks like they have it so that all of your weapons are front-facing, because normally for the Centurion, one of the medium lasers covering your butt.
So we had to make it up here. And, yep, it looks like they've already blown this place up.
Well, everyone's dead.
Yep, and her uncle is usurping the throne. And something's wrong with the Royal Guard's battle mechs. Gee. Maybe her uncle was Liao.